these maps today and what we're going to be seeing out of these guys.
So, the FM lineup and the Endpoint lineup. We haven't seen these guys play in UK Masters just yet. From left to right, let's start. We've got Pulse there. Is that Heat-Seeking Swan? I believe that is going to be... Let's take a look. Who is that? Fry1. That's Fry1. So we'll talk about Fry1 in a second. Stanley, Jenko, Nilzinho, and to the right we've got Mimi. That's going to be Imi. Unfortunately, hasn't got quite the right name and tag, but regardless, that's Imi, Mighty Max, Ezio, Fearless, and then Velox. So, Fry1, that's a player to talk about. Obviously, recently decided to quit Counter-Strike, but he's came back now for FM to help them out of UK Masters. So, does he have the hours? Is he in form? Is he going to be on point? That is the question leading into this. Has he been playing his DM? Has he been practicing? So, Knife will go towards FM. I believe, I'm not too sure actually. I didn't quite catch it, I wasn't looking, so we'll find out in just a second. But regardless, winning the knife front, generally want to start on the CT side. It's more favoured here. The T side can be quite hard to get rolling if you can't get that mid pressure early. So yeah, FM lose the knife strike, Endpoint win it. And I believe they're opting to start on the CT side. So let's see the setup coming out now. We actually have no one kit, so we've got Mighty Max there, Kit and Smoke. He's going to be probably playing retake towards A. 3 players early B, so they're expecting the B contact to maybe the B play.
At the moment though, B not going to be coming out too fast. Instead, it's going to be a little bit of mid presence coming through. A fair amount of damage done to Fearless as he's tagged down to 16 points of health. Stanley going to be heading in through window, seeing if he can finish the man off, and indeed he does. Imi now going to be looking to step up as the next man through. Spots one, well actually spots probably about 3, finds one, and falls on back, waiting for the rest of his team to get here. 2 men short, 1 man coming through from CT. FM on the retake.
But Pulse can't quite get the bomb now. Jenko as well, pushing the smoke, takes down one. Let's get a second, but gets traded out. Nilzinho as well chimes in. It's going to be the 3 versus 2. Velox there with a nice headshot. It's going to be the 2 versus 2.
Indeed, Stanley and Pulse going to be seeing what they can do to hold this one off, and Stanley actually going to be going in for a little bit of a flank on the man from CT. Velox completely unaware. Just going to be meandering across Stanley. I think you can see waiting to see if anybody else is going to be spotted, but as Pulse finds Ezio, this one should be done now. Velox going to be the last man alive. No kit, no nothing, no real knowledge of where one of these players is going to be, and unfortunately for him, no chance to find much more than maybe a single frag before he goes down. And actually, it's going to be the knife coming through from Stanley to make that one happen.
So stand there behind CT. He's the insurance policy there. Doesn't need a face. The round's in the bag there as long as he just hides and catches the 2 players off guard and they're trying to defuse the bomb. That's the pistol round going towards FM eSports. The problem is the names and the teams are slightly muddled up at the top, so it's quite confusing for us as spectators. Obviously, it is in fact Endpoint on the CT side and FM on the... Sorry, Endpoint on the CT side and FM on the T side.
Indeed it is, and we are going to be seeing Endpoint, FM, trying to work their way into this half nicely with those MAC-10s in hand. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be Endpoint with pistol, armor, scouts, everything that you might imagine you'd see on a second round coming through to make sure they can't get too far ahead, and as such, well, they're going to be keeping things at least even, actually continuing to maintain a 1-man advantage down to the 1v2. Pulse with the MAC-10 going to be against Imi and Velox, just trying to look for an option to move, and he's going to be dodging both of them. Velox spots him out, but he has a chance to run away here, gets tagged down from behind. Honestly, he's going to be going back for the fight. Velox.
Velox takes him down. That's 2 kills from that round. Ezio as well chiming in, gets another 2 frags. Great force by there for them. Velox actually having no armor there, so if you didn't get that instant headshot, could have actually gone down to Pulse there, and then it would have been the 1 versus 1. But 1-1 now. Endpoint managed to bring it back, and now the team... Yeah, good. It's now fixed. FM on the T side. Endpoint, thankfully, that went mix of some muddled stuff anymore. So Velox not opting to buy anything higher than the Scout. Has the utility there as well. Fearless on the Deagle. He's going to be saving for the AWP. He's going to want to be playing towards mid and have that mid presence. And it's going to be the force by coming out from FM.
Indeed, Endpoint going to be seeing what they can do. Just a little bit of a stop to this one, but it's going to be FM fast out Palace, avoiding contact, trying to get that bomb down early, and yet still losing a fair few players. Nilzinho though, and the Heat-Seeking Swan, aka Fry, I think.
Fry1, yes.
Yep, I'm going to be finding themselves a couple of frags in response and making sure this one doesn't get out of hand either. So Endpoint off the back of a round they shouldn't have won, going to be in a round where potentially they should be winning, but are going to be in a tough situation. Fearless though, well, he's ready to try and get him out of it. Imi as well, going to be coming in from CT, ready to try and take on 2. Tags 1, finds the other, and it's going to be all down to Fry to make this happen. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to be more than 1 frag before he is gone, and it's going to be Endpoint managing to pick up the second.
The 2 entries there for FM onto their A-bomb site, manages to get them the bomb down. That's all they didn't really want the bomb down. They wanted the round win as well. High control of CT. If they managed to take down Imi there, they could have actually netted that round. Obviously having control of CT when the bomb is planted for ramp and CT makes it a lot easier for the T's to win that round in the afterpart.
Indeed it does. Now it's going to be FM, as you said, with that bomb money, just working on getting around that themselves. Jenko going to be able to afford the AWP. A little bit light on utility, but a Galil going to be there to make sure rifles are maintained. It's dodgy from FM, but they're going to be trying to make it work. And initially, they're going to be at least finding themselves some room to work with. Mid,
and
taken a smoking window, and a lot of position gain to try and work with here.
And now with Fearless falling back as well, it's going to be mid pressure to FM's side, and now Jenko can go with that AWP towards Delpan, towards short, and get those picks towards connector and not be short. So this is where it's FM's game. They have mid control. The question is, can they find the picks and the entries onto each side? Can they get the openings?
Nothing going to be coming out just as of yet. FM still working their way through. Pulse actually going to be the first man with a good clear view of the site, but Fearless making sure they can't get too comfortable. Takes down Stanley quickly. Imi going to be finding himself one as well. Pulse does manage to grab the response, but a 3v4 still ends up being the situation. Jenko, Fry, and Pulse going to be the last players alive. Pulse down on 5 points of health. This just getting more and more difficult for FM. And obviously the clock starting to tick down as well. Still 45 seconds left, so a good amount of time to get something done, but nobody on Endpoint given the chance to find a frag apart from Fearless apparently. As I say that, Fry gets the headshot. It's going to be Velox to respond, leaving it in a 3v2 as the site is gained. But as you're pointing out, the bomb's been left in mid.
Yes, this bomb in Delpan. Now the T's are going to have to retrieve this bomb and then somehow find their way to a site with only 20 seconds left. And Velox pushed up ramp. He can stop the plant. It's been very hard for these T's to win this round now. The bomb being retrieved with 20 seconds left. They haven't really got the opportunity to go towards underpass. It's going to be hard to be going towards connector. So at this point, they might even opt to save. Actually going for the fast B short play. And with 10 seconds left, there's no chance. I don't think they got the bomb here.
Oh, we're going to be seeing Fry still going to be trying Galil out at the last second, and he manages to get the plant. So that's going to be something. Ezio coming around, spots out Jenko, so now knows where at least one of those guys is going to be, and the other one must be on the site, so he should be expecting Fry to peek out there, but unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to find the frag, and instead it's all going to be down to Velox with the AK to make this happen.
He has 4 utility, though he needs to be using it if he wants to have a chance to win this. Molotov towards bench, he has to flash himself out, but the Molly doesn't go deep enough, doesn't pull that player out, and Jenko will get him down, and it's going to be another round for FM, but it says there we go, FM now, 2-2. So Fearless there from triple, gets the first frag when he was on ticket booth. When he's triple, they whiffs the shot onto the player connector and actually refaces and goes down, so gives up that pressure, but Velox though, pushed up ramp, gets that kill. But still, they lose the 2 versus 3. I mean, the bomb was in Delpan as well, and I thought they had no time. With only 14 seconds left. They're rushing up short, but the CT's rotating A. I mean, with 14 seconds left, they expect it to be A as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, that means that they don't manage to find themselves around, and it does mean we're going to be seeing Endpoint back down on these weaker weapons. Jenko looking to see if he can take advantage, starts it off, but Fearless with a crisp 1D manages to catch the man back. Unfortunately, if you're Endpoint at this point, though, B-bomb site has fallen. It's going to be a 3 versus 4 retake with limited weapons. Fearless manages to find himself the AWP, and I think for him that's going to be
the save.
Yeah, the save coming through, and the rest of his team following suit, making sure not too much is lost, as realistically, there's not an easy way to get back into this round.
Yeah, so they can opt to save this. Obviously have the guns in the next round to try and win that way. They might even opt to force as well, and try claw it back to 3-3, but they're going to give Endpoint this round. They're going to save the guns, try and save what they have left of their economy, and go forward from there. So Fearless with the AWP. Where is he going to go to try to get that first impactful kill? Could go towards Palace if he gets the spawn. Could go towards B as well if he gets that spawn, or just hold mid like usual. We'll find out.
Indeed, we will. It's going to be interesting to see how Endpoint decide to play it, and actually interesting to see what they do overall, because their economy right now is not looking too healthy. As you said, they could try and force up behind it. Obviously, a couple of the players with the scoped weapons can find themselves armor. Fearless actually going to be dropping a FAMAS as well, so it's going to be a broken buy coming out of Endpoint to try and equalize this one through. A couple of UMPs, FAMAS, Scout, AWP. Not necessarily the best thing ever, but we're going to be seeing if things can get at least started on the right foot. And Fearless, he might be in the right place to do just that. As
I mentioned, going for that B aggression, he needs to go towards one of the sites, can't go towards mid as he's the only one with the impactful rifle. Gets the first, tries to jump out window, manages to get out cleanly. The frag is not traded. More towards Van, they will pull him back, so it's going to be playing more passive towards B. The question is, do the T's still attack B?
At this point, I don't know. Mighty Mac is going to be trying to cut off other options, though, as he takes control of underpass. Pulse going to be there to clean it, finds himself the frag, and that is at least another avenue of attack gained. Endpoint, in the meantime, shifting a huge amount of presence over towards that B side. I think just realizing now, maybe we're going to be seeing that bomb come from somewhere else. They know it's not going to be going through mid really at any rate, so they're fairly confident they can get over there in time, and it is just going to be the 2-2 split as we wait to see what happens. FM, looking like they might actually take it B still.
Yeah, FM with the advantage here. 4 T players can attack a site at once, and obviously you can have 2-2 unless Endpoint decide to push somewhere for information. At this point, it might be a good idea because this retake is going to be very hard, considering when you look at their guns, an SMG, a FAMAS, Scout and an AWP. This isn't what you want in a retake, so Fearless slowly pushing B apps, and this is where the information comes. This is where Ezreal needs to fall off and go towards A.
Emmy going to be finding one, but also going to be finding a bullet to the face. And that means it's going to be even worse for Endpoint as the site starts to get swarmed. Ezio with the UMP going to be through though, taking advantage of a flash, seeing if he can find at least one, and he does. Fearless going to be chiming in as well, and suddenly it's a 2v3 situation. Velux, however, does drop, bringing things even. An AWP and a UMP on the retake with a single smoke to their advantage. Endpoint are going to have a very tough time indeed making this one work.
Yeah, bomb being planted for ramp. Jenko the AWP as well. Actually, Jenko for the aggressive peek, takes down Fearless. Very smart player there. Opts to go for that aggression, so playing the retake. Oh, gets a bit too aggressive there. Tries to get another frag. Maybe expecting to save or something. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Ezio will be traded by Nilzinho. He'll go down. It's going to be the 2-round leader for FM. Endpoint are going to have to save.
Yeah, and this should be a 5th round coming through as well. As you said, Endpoint have to save. They're going to be playing, well, with those weak weapons, so FM going to be looking to take advantage. You can already see Stanley finding himself at Mach 10 looking to rack the cash up. And Nilzinho going with the Tech 9 just not wanting to spend too much. So it's going to be a good one here. FM going to be reaching 5 very early on indeed. Endpoint just going to be looking to see what damage they can do. There's no utility, there's no kits, there's no nothing. And with Fearless, I was going to say there's almost no health. Fortunately manages to escape that Molotov with just 6 points remaining, but I doubt we're going to be seeing him last too much longer, as this is where FM are going to be pushing through. A site swarmed. Endpoint working with the pistols, and actually the bomb plant denied twice.
Nilzinho 1 HP, Pulse on 2 HP, such low HP, but Pulse finds the kill. It's going to be Imi now in the 1 versus 3. Standoff full HP, catches that player in midair, plucks him out of the sky. Pulse goes down. Nilzinho 1 HP. This is actually winnable for Imi.
Yeah, and he finds himself the first. Stanley pushes through though, and he can't quite make the second one count. Still, an expensive round for FM found. They've got the money to reinvest now, but it's going to be chipping away at that economy and setting Endpoint up for success in the future.
Yep, so the AWP is going to be coming out for Fearless. Does he go for that bomb site aggression that we saw last time, going towards B? Actually, maybe opting to go towards the window. No, he will go towards B. He will go for this B apps pick, and actually 2 players as well running towards him, so may see an early frag going in the way of Endpoint. But still, pretty slow default. Mid control coming out for the T's. Not really too much happening.
Not too much at all. Pulse seeing if he can find the frag, realizes the smoke's in front of him, knows where the man must have thrown it from and capitalizes perfectly. Jenko going to be helpful with a mid control from his team as well. Imi seeing if he can deny it, and a beautiful flash allows him to find himself one. That's the AWP down on the side of FM. Jenko disappeared, and the man advantage lost for the T's.
Once that first player goes down, I take that back. Stanley actually gets boosted into window, takes down 1 player, goes for another, sprays him, but doesn't quite get the kill. Ezio will take him down. It's going to be the 3 versus 3, but as I mentioned, Velox dying early on A. Imi needed that information. He flashes mid, gets the kill, spots 3 in mid. He knows what the T's are trying to do. They're trying to split A. And actually, the bomb is in the hands of Endpoint. My Max here, here's the player. Fry 1 going to get caught off guard. Will go down. The bomb in T spawn. It's going to be very hard for him to retrieve it and win the round.
Yeah, Nilzinho and Pulse now having to work their way all the way through to T-spawn without running into anybody too much. Going to be having a hard time, but Nilzinho not going to be having a hard time finding one more frag. Ezio looking the wrong way as he's found. Mighty Max going to be in mid. Unfortunately, he finds it because this is where things could get tough. Pulse, he has a route to the bomb. I don't think Endpoint realized.
Well, the thing is, Mighty Max was the player that got the kill onto Fry 1, so Fry 1 may be saying, that was the guy that killed me, and he's in mid right now, so maybe the bomb is clear. Pulse picks it up. He can go towards the A bomb site, sorry. And if he wins this is where it gets really out of hand for Endpoint.
Yeah, going to be looking to see if there's a route on at the moment. Does have a smoke, as well as a little bit more utility to use, so he knows he can at least make that plant happen. Now that it's going to be about defending it, he's going to be able to spot one. Can't quite land the shots on Mighty Max though. So even as he opens up a 1v1 situation, he can't find the frag, and Endpoint will manage to secure themselves a 3rd round. Still, a scary moment for a team who looked like they had such a secure grip. FM at least bring it close.
Yes, exactly. My Max had a huge 3k, winning them that round, and obviously pushing in towards T-spawn, spots the bomb and takes him down, the last player. So 2 rounds separating these two teams now. If FM can win this, they're going to start whittling down the Endpoint economy and maybe even start to take the half out of control. Question is the Endpoint there. Sorry, MyMax there. Wanted to put back boxes. Just wants to hold off that mid aggression from the T side.
Pulse as well, going to be peeking through. Fearless ready and waiting for him though on A, so that aggression towards that site early on not going to be working out. Neilzinho saying he can do one better, and indeed he can, but not for long. Finds himself Imi. But SEO's there to make sure, again, things don't get out of hand. They make sure they keep that control. They make sure they keep that one-man advantage. And it's going to be FM with 3 trying to break into these sites.
Yes, the 3 versus 4, 1 minute 10 on the clock as well. The bomb as well in mid, so they can go anywhere they want. They're looking for the opening kill somewhere. Can stand fine onto Velox under balcony. Will Fearless get another kill into this round? Jenko, the sponsor shot, takes him down the headshot. They know there's one more player here. They know there has to be one more player. Velox is still alive. Velox actually gets 1. Can he get traded though? Will get traded. It's going to be the 2 versus 2, and Fry1 catching MyMax off there on the rotate. It's going to be Ezio in the 1 versus 2. Has a Molotov, a nade, and a kit. So he can Molotov off one of these points, one of these choke points, but he can't smack the bomb for the defuse, so this could be quite difficult.
Indeed, lets the nade fly loose though. Sees if he can do a bit of damage. Not quite going to be enough. Molotov out as well, but still a long journey ahead of the man. Trying to work his way onto the site. 2 players going to be waiting for him, hoping that he peeks, and again, just in a position where they can make something happen, although actually it's the aggression coming out. Fry decides that he's going to take the fight to Ezio, and he makes it work as well. So another round on the board for FM. And this is exactly what you were saying. Obviously, Endpoint, if they win one, lose one,
And the
they're going to be back, yeah.
They're opting to force this. This is interesting.
Position.
It's interesting. Actually, maybe opting to give up mid and play heavy towards the side, so maybe even go for mid. Maybe go for that mid push. Actually, looks like they're going to have Mighty Max with Deagle just run up mid, connect the bot. Fry1 pushing through that smoke, takes down Velox with the opening kill onto A. The question is, can Mighty Max stop it? Nope, is the short answer. Neilzinho domes him. MyMax goes down. Stan going to catch off that rotate as well. Imi will fall. Ezio in the 1 versus 5, and this force buy has just been a bloody disaster. And they all go down 1 apiece. 5 players alive. Maybe make that 4. Ezio gets 1. Actually, nice aim there, but fortunately goes down, and now Endpoint, they're out of money again. So we could be looking at FM going towards 9 rounds or even 8 rounds so early on.
Yeah, SEO going to be sat above his team a little bit as far as economy goes, thanks to those 2 UMP kills, but not far. And as you said, the reset really going to be affecting Endpoint here. After that force play, they're going to be sat on about 2k apiece and are going to be deciding that a full eco is the way to resolve that issue. So it's going to be a chance for FM to find 8. And very quickly as well, and with time left to go, and with time left to actually start putting more than 8 up, take themselves into double digits and continue to cause trouble. Right now, though, it's just about mowing down players with no armor and USP. A nice, easy round for FM. And a chance to build up a little bit more of that cash, although still 2 players dropped on.
Yeah, not really the end of the world for the T side. They have the bomb down, so they're going to get they are going to get the $800 from that. 8-3 now, 5 rounds separating these 2 teams, going to the 12th round now, and if Endpoint loses, this could be the game going spiraling out of control already for them. Thing is, what has been working for Endpoint? They get some early kills with Fearless and so forth, but the thing is, they always just throw them away. They always give them the 1 versus 1s. They always allow the openings for Endpoint, for FM onto each bomb site. Thing is, they need to get the opening kill. They need to play maybe more passive, maybe play, even give up sides, maybe play for retake. If they're in the man advantage, play the retake with the Molotovs, with the flashes, but unfortunately, then they don't really have the best utility.
Yeah, this round they are going to be handicapped a little bit by the amount of money they had to spend. As you said, utility not going to be their best friend here, so a lot of it going to be coming down to other factors. FM in the meantime, or on the other hand rather, going to have plenty to spare and are going to be using it to obviously limit vision and clear out angles before they push. And now, well, it means they're going to have a fairly easy bomb site to try and take the CT smoke, sorry, not even out, but still both players found quickly. Mighty Max as well doing a bit of damage to the teammate before finding one more, but it's still going to end in a 1 versus 4. Imi goes down, and it means Ezio is the last man standing. Quickly taken out by Fry for a 9th round for FM.
Thing is, this A setup coming out from Endpoint isn't really working out for them. You've got Velox playing close site, watching Palace. The problem is you haven't got 2 players playing on site. Generally, when you're playing the A bomb site on the CT side, you either play for the retake or you play to hold the site. You've got Fearless there at CT. He can't really help Velox too much there with the AWP. Instead, they have another player towards mid. Maybe should have been playing that retake and have Velox play towards stairs, or maybe CT as well. Fearless, have Fearless go ticket booth, maybe play a Titan setup and play to cover mid. But fourth play comes out, Jenkins the first, and this is just awful going up from Endpoint. 3 early frags, but 2 in the reply. Ezio does get traded. It's going to be the 1 versus 3 for Imi. Has the AWP. We're going to try and save it.
Yeah, I'd give him just run away at this point. What's the point of trying to take the fights for people you can't really beat? Unfortunately for him, he doesn't know where those people are. Stanley manages to dodge past him just out of his field of view and finds an easy shot as a result. And it means we're going to be seeing FM take themselves into the double digits. Endpoint still reaching for money, still having to scrape the bottom of the barrel, and still coming up a little bit short.
Thing is, they can't let FM get 11 rounds here, because once it gets that pistol round, if they lose it, the game will just be over instantly. Jenko, though, trying to get the pick, gets the first onto Velox. Velox keeps dying without the trade kills. They've been getting one, so fortunately he keeps going down early. MyMax gets one, tries to get two, but Phyllis will be the one to take him down. In mid as well, gets another player. The thing is, though, Neilzino pushes through the smoke, takes down MyMax. Phyllis with the trade. It's going to Jenko in the 1 versus 3, and if you're Endpoint right now, you can't throw this.
It'd be difficult too, to be fair. Jenko gets flashed out, has to take a little bit of a step back, reevaluate his options, but is going to be pushing in the end. Spots the man, but doesn't click. No shot rings out, no frag is found, and instead it's going to be Jenko with the AK to get things going here. Finds Fearless to start. The smoke now going to be down, almost blocking off Connector as he makes his way onto site. Gets him where he needs to be. He's going to be faking the plant and seeing if anybody's in CT, but nobody shows again. An Endpoint just going to be waiting to hear that sound, cue, and then, well, then we're going to be seeing Jenko potentially decimated.
Yeah, both these CT players opting to play together. They have the Molotov on Ezio, so even if the bomb does go down, they can molly off Jenko and just win the round nice and safely. Thing is that they just need to not give the first pick, and whiffing the flick, Jenko will go down. It's going to be 4-10, and if Endpoint can win this final round, make it 5-10 and win the pistol, there's actually a chance for them in this game.
Yeah, if they can do all of that, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but it's a lot to ask.
It is, it is.
Especially as this round, they're still going to be wanting for cash. Obviously, with only 2 men surviving in the last, well, they have to rebuy everything, and it means we are going to be seeing a scout and a couple of FAMASs coming out. Utility not as bad as it could be, but still FM at a decided advantage, and that's not going to help Endpoint out. Fearless, the man with the scout, taken down almost instantly, but I think you were just trying to signal to me. I've just realized FM are holding on to 3 AWPs.
Velox, though, finally getting his first kill. Finally getting his first kill. That manages to take down Pulse, and Pulse constantly opting in for those 1 versus 1. He thinks in his head, I can take down Velox. He's nothing to me. I can get the entries onto A, and I can open up these rounds. But Velox wins that trade. This time it's with the 4 versus 4 bomb in T-spawn. So the T's, they can do whatever they want with this.
Yeah, Jenko going to be trying to put one of those AWPs to use, but so far unable to find anything. Again, a Molotov forcing him back, and just, you can see how scared Endpoint are. There's one man stood there, and they're just throwing out a lot to try and suppress him. Neilzino in the meantime going to be finding his way through, and a beautiful shot onto Imi takes Endpoint down by 1 more. A 4v3 situation set up. Fry going to be coming through now as well. This is where we see them get boxed in. This is where we see things go wrong, and this is where we see Velox and Ezio as the last 2 alive. 1 man on half health, both men in a little bit of a pickle, and Velox, well,
why is he keeping so early? They don't know he's there. I mean, he gets the first kill to Jenko, but he could have stopped the bomb going down within 30 seconds left. That could have won them the round. Regardless, though, Velox there, 2nd kill in the round for him. Well played to him. Maybe pulling the trigger a little bit too early, but Ezio on the flank. Neilzino trying to post up onto Velox, but he gets taken down, though. The question is, can they find Stan? Okay, young white boy in the smoke. Frey 1 on the flank takes down Ezio, so now Velox in the 1 versus 2. They know where he is. He's trying to spray through those wooden pallets, but can't quite get the kill. Sees the Molotov, spins round, sprays him, but Fry 1 will take him down. Velox there, unfortunately, has the 3k in that round, but does go down. I mean, 35 seconds on the clock there. Maybe if Velox just hidden pallets a second longer, could have stopped that bomb plant. Those T players, they didn't know where he was.
Yeah, I was going to say, the flash sort of telegraphs his position as well, so they hear that coming out. It doesn't actually blind anyone in the end. And all it does is it means that as he pushes out, many people are looking his direction. Obviously, he manages to find the frag, and all credit to him for that. But as you were saying, it could have been used for other things. If they didn't know he was there, if he had an inkling that they didn't know he was there, that could have been the bomb plant stopped the round 1.
Fast
Instead,
A, though.
Yeah, it's FM in the lead as we head into the pistol.
They're playing for the retake. They have no kits in, so this could actually be an Endpoint win if Velox can get more entries. 1-man lead already for Endpoint. Bomb going down as well. Imi tagging up the other player. Pulse is low HP. Does go down, so it's a 3 versus 4.
Yeah, Fry going to be at least trying to start things off on the right foot for himself in this half. Imi, though, still going to be in a great position to do some damage, and is going to be finding Stanley easily. Takes Neilzino out as well, and it means that it's 1 man on very low health indeed left to do everything for FM, and he's just not going to be able to manage to do it. So Endpoint, they're not done yet. They're not out of fight. No. They're not giving up. They are going to be trying to play this one through. And I mean, 5-11, 4-11, whatever, 4-11 not looking so good. 5-11 still a little bit dire, but if they can close this round out, if they can beat the pistol armor, then it's going to be 7-11, and that's winnable.
The biggest thing is controlling the CT economy. If Endpoint can judge the CT economy well, win the rounds where FM have to buy and put them onto resets, they can still claw this back and win it. I mean, if you know Endpoint aren't on the AWPs, on the monitors and whatnot, the fast plays will work. Question is that will FM win the force ban? If they do, I feel like this is going to be a first map favouring FM.
Potentially. Still a lot of space to go, and Endpoint potentially gearing up in the right sort of way to make this round happen for them. I'm just wondering if they're going to be overthinking it and ending up at A. Obviously a heavy presence towards B to start, but no one going to be sat there anymore, and they might just walk straight into a pistol stack at this rate.
Yes, indeed. So 4 players towards A for FM eSports. Going for the A stack. Actually, the bomb going towards it as well.
They're going to.
And they're hiding as well. They've got the player in sandwich, player stairs, and obviously Pulse on balcony, so they're not going to see all these CT players early, so this could actually be Endpoint walking into a trap.
Yeah, Endpoint looked like they might have avoided it for a second, but obviously now going to be going for it instead. They're going to have to be extremely careful if they want to be walking away from this one alive. Jenko, though, going to be the first to drop as SEO starts things off. More frags going to be coming in for the Endpoint side, so they're at least keeping themselves in the running, as it's Pulse and Neilzinho as the last 2 men alive, both with armor, both with pistols. Neither going to have a kit or any utility to expend, so it's all going to be aim. Neilzinho, though, still in a place where he can do some damages. It's Velox and Mighty Max as the last 2 left alive on 17 and 14 respectively. The Molotov almost going out. If this catches somebody unawares, it could be a problem.
Thing is, though, 1 bullet from this UMP will take down both these players, but the same goes for Neilzinho, low HP, both these players with AKs. Bomb will go down, bomb will go down, so can Neilzinho get the flank here from CT and catch his players off guard?
And they should be able to hear him by now. They heard that pop. They're going to be hearing him running as well. But as you said, it's 1 bullet on each man. Spots the side, but can't quite make it happen as Velox peeks out and saves Mighty Max's life. A 6th round on the board for Endpoint. And it's exactly what they needed to do. If they didn't find that, as you said, they would have been in huge amounts of trouble. So picking that up does mean we're going to be seeing a 7-11 scoreline and another chance for them to come into this game.
The thing is that they did lose 3 players as well, and obviously full buying AKs, their economy won't be looking too healthy, but regardless, they do win the round. It's going to be 6-11, potentially 7-11 in favour of FM eSports, and there's still 4 rounds ahead. If FM can win the first gun round, they're going to be looking to close out the game.
Indeed they are. This one, though, going to be a little bit less complicated than that, as it is going to be FM on basically just the stock pistols. Pulse, I think, with a P250, Neilzinho with a nade in his hands as well, but it's going to be down to impeccable aim if they manage to make anything of this. Yeah,
with no armor as well, just an HE grenade and Neilzinho, as we mentioned before, will be the 7th. So going into the first buy round on FM, will they have the AWPs? Let's see. Let's take a look at the economy if we can after this round. Not quite yet. Obviously, the round is still underway. Ezio the first will take down Fry 1. Jenko, though, trying to go for a flight. Gets the dink action onto Velox, but Velox smartly falling away. Not going to give away his frag and throw away his $4,000 investment. He will stay alive, and that's pivotal for their economy. So as I was mentioning, FM on their next 4 buy, will they go towards playing aggressively towards CT? That's the thing. They will have the AWP on Jenko. He's safe for the AWP. Will they go for the aggressive push? Will they try and get information early? Or will they opt to just play retake towards A, play more passive, and allow Endpoint to get the bomb down and try and play the afterburst from that? Jenko with another ding actually takes down Fearless. It's 3 versus 3 out of the middle of nowhere as well. Velox on 2 HP. He could easily go down to Jenko, but does go down. I thought Velox had him there. 2 versus 3.
You're joking. Jenko going to be doing damage. Mighty Max, though, ready to do the same. At least manages to claw it back a little. Neilzinho at this point, though, still holding on to the AK. And in a 1 versus 1 situation, if he can land the instant headshot, this is going to be winnable. The little bit of a spam by Mighty Max gives his position away, and Neilzinho is just going to be walking around the side. If he doesn't realize this could be disastrous, but at the last second, he gets the early warning. He turns around and he finds the frag for another round on the board for Endpoint. The issue is, again,
they've lost so many players. Look at their money.
They lose 4 players. Their economy's in tatters, and they're going to have to buy UMPs to make up for it. This is not a good situation.
So Jenko with his AWP, will he opt to play towards mid or go for an early aggression towards one of these bomb sites and try to get the first pick? We'll go towards mid. Just going to hold down that mid control. Hasn't really got a Molotov, only smokes to his name, so can't really do too much once he gets flashed off and smoked off in his position. Not really too much aggressive plays coming out from the CT side, more of a default.
Indeed. At the moment, Endpoint just going to be working on that mid control as well, trying to put themselves in the right position. Jenko, again, has to be careful, as you said, no real nades to use, but he still finds one. Fearless looking the other way and nobody there to respond. Means that FM actually take the lead to start this one off. Velox, though, going to be ready to make it happen for his team as well. Finds himself Pulse. and brings things back to even before Endpoint commit to a site.
You've got to be so mad right now if you're fearless. You got to imagine your teammates are watching that. I mean, if he's holding on to short, peeks from right side back boxes, hold on to short, you've got to expect your teammates so close under window to hold your angle, to cover you. But unfortunately, he will go down. But Velox, though, with a nice headshot, takes down that playing connector. But Stanley catches Velox off guard. Velox is jumping into his crosshair, and his spray will go down. So it's a one-man lead now for FM eSports.
I mean, Velox is all alone as well, so that's a nice easy frag. Nothing really able to be regained, and now it's going to be Endpoint to try and make their way out onto B. But look where Jenko is with the AWP, ready to find another frag. SEO down just like that, and 2 players now left to find. Stanley going to be finding at least one of them, and now it's just going to be Imi from short to try and make the difference. He knows the position of one player. He should know roughly where that AWP is as well, so the potential for damage is going to be huge for this man. Even after, though, there's still 2 players watching him, but he finds another. Stanley going to be on such low health. This is actually doable now.
I haven't seen this Imi before. His aim is incredible. Just trying to get these headshots out. Thing is that each kill he gets here is so pivotal towards the CT economy. Oh, actually, doesn't get the bomb down. Actually, will get the bomb down, sorry. Gets the plant, but the thing is, we're only 3 seconds left. The CT's knows the bomb has to go down. Stays alive, though. The spray gets whiffed. I don't know what the hell's going on, to be honest with you. Stanley, though, will take him down the USP, and 2 players there going down on that 1 versus 4. A bit carelessly there from Jenko, jumping out window and throwing away his AWP. Will most likely be retrieved, though. Yep, Neil Jr. saves the AWP, but then again, still money being taken away from the FM eSports economy.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit shocked at what we saw at the end, but obviously, even with that money being taken away from FM, they're not going to be in the worst position economically speaking. Endpoint have had some issues with theirs this half. They've had some issues building up, they've had some issues holding on to guns when they actually do invest, and it means we're going to be seeing them back down on the broken by. A couple of Tech 9s, a UMP to back up the 2 AKs they've managed to get, and I don't know, the question is at this point, is it enough? Imi going to be taking one of those AKs over towards A, seeing what damage he can do, and that nade is going to give the CT position away, but he doesn't respond.
He knows that nade must have come from close. Considering they didn't hear it bounce off the wall, so doesn't go for the spray for the smoke, but doesn't know the player's there. So they know they're playing aggressive towards A. Can they get pop flash through the smoke and try to take down that player? Smoke will fade there, and now Jenko of the AWP rotates towards CT. This is the problem now for Imi. He could walk into Jenko's scope.
Indeed, he could. Going to be painful for him. Stanley as well going to be in a position to shut down one of the players as SEO is looking the other way. Jenko watching connector, finds one, drops down in time, but still somehow gets caught. It's just not going to be the most consequential thing in the world, as suddenly, as that happens, it's Fearless as the last alive, and he will be shut down fast.
I mean, imagine if you're Endpoint and you had cleaner ecos, anti-ecos. So if you had the cleaner anti-ecos, you would have more guns to save, you would have more money, and you could have bought AKs instead of Tech 9s. The Tech 9s.
They would have had a buy in that round.
Sorry?
They would have had a buy in that round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they forced regardless, but I mean, you had Tech 9s instead of rifles. It's so pivotal to have those clean ecos and not lose 3 or 4 players each time. But FM on 13 now, it's looking like they could close out this half as Endpoint looking to give them a round with this Glock buy.
Yeah, 14 looking like it's almost inevitable. Just a flashbang on the side of Endpoint as their only real investment into this round, and already then they're going to be doing damage. Neil Zinho takes the Mag 7 through as well and finds himself one to start things off. Obviously, looking to rack up that money. He's going to be finding frag upon frag upon frag. Stanley helping him out from behind. And just like that, it's Imi as the last left alive. Glock in hand, what more can he do? Look for the frag and actually potentially find it if Neil Zinho gives him the chance. At the moment though, I doubt we're going to be seeing the man let him have the opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get those 2 kills again, but 14-7 now. Double the score of Endpoint as FM are looking at 2 more wins now, 2 more round wins to win them this first map, and Endpoint can have the buy, but they have no AWP, so they might go for an A smoke setup or just try and get the bomb down that way using their smokes and utility. Instead, opting to go for the mid aggression, maybe try and take control of mid, and maybe split D. I'm not really too sure what their default is, but Imi heading towards A. He's usually the lurker for this team, so he may try and set up some fake and try and get some CT attention towards A and then go back towards B.
Jenko going to be creeping up with the AK though, seeing if he can get something started here in top mid. Looks for one, finds it, looks for the second. That's going to be his as well. SEO responds, but Imi in the same time going to be in a little bit of trouble. Trades come out, but they're all going to be on the side of FM, and it's just SEO left after that nade as well. So 3 players going to be looking for him. The bomb not even in his hands, and those bullets going to be giving his position away with 1 minute 20 left on the clock. This man has to 1v3.
I was about to say, if there's anyone on Endpoint you want in a 1 versus 3 with 1 minute on the clock, it's Ezio, but unfortunately for him, gets shot in the back by Fry1. And now their money is in tatters. 15-7, looking like it's going to be map 1 victory for FM eSports here. Great showing from them. Obviously there, Jenko pushing mid. He knows the T's haven't gone AWP, so he's not really scared to face anything there. knows his aim is going to be better than these Endpoint players. That's what he's thinking in his head. Takes the aim duels and takes 2 crisp headshots and nets his team the first 2 frags.
Yeah, I mean, what better way to start a round off? Obviously, as you said, if he knows he's safe, he's going to be safe this round, though. Not going to be started by aggression, but instead by a passive hold of Neil Xeno's AWP. Finds himself Immy quickly, and really it's going to be Endpoint trying to make something happen. Jenko, again, though, with beautiful aim, manages to find himself 1 before Pulse comes in, grabs 2, and again leaves it in a 1 versus 4 situation. It's Mighty Max now to try and make this his.
That's GG.
But it's FM with 16. Endpoint still lingering on 7.
I mean, the problem there as well for Endpoint on their CT side is just their play isn't really the most cleanest.